The night was quiet and still, and Emily was sitting alone in her room, staring out the window at the dark street below. She had been feeling uneasy all day, and couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching her. As she looked out at the empty street, she saw movement out of the corner of her eye. She turned her head to look, but there was nothing there. Suddenly, Emily heard a faint tapping sound coming from the window. She felt a chill run down her spine, and her heart began to race as she slowly turned her head towards the noise. She couldn't see anything at first, but then she noticed a figure standing just beyond the streetlight, obscured by the darkness. It was too far away to make out any details, but she could feel its gaze fixed on her. Emily tried to ignore the figure and went back to her book, but the tapping continued. It seemed to be getting louder and more insistent. She couldn't take it anymore and got up to close the curtains. As she reached for the drapes, she caught a glimpse of the figure again. It was closer now, and she could see it was a woman dressed in a tattered wedding gown. Emily froze in terror as the woman began to walk towards her. She tried to scream, but her voice caught in her throat. The woman stopped in front of the window and stared at her with empty eyes. Emily could feel her presence like a physical weight, and she knew that this was no ordinary ghost. Suddenly, the woman reached through the glass and grabbed Emily's arm. She screamed in pain as the icy grip tightened around her flesh. Emily struggled to break free, but the woman's grip was too strong. She could feel the coldness spreading through her body as if she was being drained of life. Just when she thought it was over, the woman let go of her arm and disappeared into the night. Emily collapsed to the floor, gasping for breath. She knew that she had narrowly escaped death that night, but she also knew that the vengeful spirit would be back. She could feel it watching her from beyond the next window, waiting for the chance to strike again. From that day forward, Emily was never the same. She was always looking over her shoulder, always afraid of what might be lurking just beyond the next window. She never forgot the terror of that night and the vengeful spirit that haunted her every waking moment. Emily tried to move on with her life, but the memory of the woman in the tattered wedding gown was always with her, waiting for the chance to strike again.